Hello there, welcome everybody. It's Diorama, Don here once more, and the subject this time is of a Dutch street. So called because of the shape of the roof on the house, which is a Dutch barn type of shape. I'm not saying that it's solely the design of a Dutch house. I'm sure there are other European countries that had shaped roofs like that. But for the sake of argument, we'll call this a Dutch street. So if I show you the windows and doors that I put in there and the cobbled street in front. We've got the path in front of the house, a bit of a garden to the side, a broken wall with debris and a street lamp. So if you watch the rest of the video, I will cover how I went about making all of these things. So let's get on with the video, and I'll show you how I went about doing it. So I started cutting the front of the house. I normally start with the door size. I've got a 1/35 scale model there. So if you imagine him going through the door, that's 2¼ inches tall. So that's going to be around about the size. Once you've got the height of the door, 2¼ inches, 58 millimeters, then the width of the door will come naturally, and so will the windows really. So that's the pivotal point. 2¼ inches door height will give you the sizes of the windows and the doors. It's only going to be just a small house. So I've made this 6 inches wide, 150 millimeters, and it's 7½ inches tall, 190 millimeters. And to get the Dutch effect shape, or whatever nationality it is, the lowest of the eaves comes right down almost to the top of the door, and then that shape. So it's up to you really what shape you want to make it. But once you've got that and cut your doors and windows out, then obviously place it on another piece of card, draw around, and then we can cut out that for the back. And as it's going to be an enclosed building, then there's no need to show the thickness of the walls. So I won't be putting any polystyrene on the back. You won't see how thick the walls are. So all we need is the card, that's all. So for the sides, it's not going to be much, because that's all the sides are. The rest of it is roof. So the sides will go like that. Like that. That's all. Once they're stuck on, then the roof, I've cut it slightly wider than the width of the building, so that the roof overhangs, and then scored along there that distance. So we've got a score there, so that's easy then to fit on there like so. Yes, so when we've got the side, it'll look like that. Doesn't need to be deep really. It's only going to be it's only going to be a model, so it doesn't need necessarily to be full size. And that the other side like that. So I've got to stick all this lot together, but before I do that, just to make the doors and windows a lot more interesting, I've got mouldings, 3/16 of an inch wide, I think I made them. So I'll put mouldings all the way around the doors and the windows, and a thicker window sill. What are they? A window sill sticking out like that. But just to make the doors and windows look a lot more interesting. The door is up there because there'll be a couple of steps leading up to it. So I'll put all my moulding on and I'll put the whole house together and then give it a coat of white wall filler mixed with water, and then I can start to put the finish on, whatever that is going to be. No idea yet. So anyway, I'll do that and come back and we'll see how we go from there. So I've assembled the house, put the roof on and put a bit of moulding all around the doors. So just a bit of 3/16 wide cardboard around as a frame for the window, and then on a piece of card on its side for the windowsill, and then 2 pieces on top, just to give it a bit more, so it looks a bit better. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's all just bits of cardboard, that's all. Now for the roof, some very thin card, greetings card type card, very thin stuff, and 3/8, whatever that is, I can't remember, 3/8, 9mm, something like that. Yeah, a 3/8 grid. So 3/8 that way, 3/8 that way, and then cut off every two pieces. So it's like that. That's what you need. And with scissors, I've rather than it just be flat, I've just cut a curvy line across the top there, and then cut a V shape between the tiles, so they sit like that. Just cut those off to length, and then you've got your tiles already done on the side there. I've got this side to do, so I'll finish off the roof and give it a painting, and we'll go from there. So the house is finished now. I painted, well, not really painted, I put red tile grout on the roof, and then a yellow tile grout on the front as a render, and then a grey tile grout for the window frames and door frames. Then when all that was dry, a black wash over the whole lot, and then that's it, that's all. So I think it looks quite weathered. Yeah, so it needs doors and windows. So I've made these up with 2mm card, just cut out the shape of window I want, with a little bit of packaging behind for the windows, and they will sit in there like that. And the door is another piece of 2mm card, put behind and draw around the shape, and make the frame on the card, cut out the panels, and then what you cut out, make those smaller so they fit back in again, to give that shape. And then when that's behind there, stuck behind there, that'll look very doorish. Okay, so doors and windows. Now I've made a bit of a wall just out of polystyrene. That's yet to be painted. And then a simple diorama base, again 2mm cardboard. That's all. Very simple design. And the house will sit at the back there with the wall just there. This will be a cobbled area. I've covered how I do cobbled streets in previous videos, if you're interested. But once that's done, then I can put my other piece on just to raise everything, so we've got a bit of a path going on there. So that's basically where we are now. So I'll finish my cobbled area and do the paved area, and that'll be basically it. Put my doors and windows in and it'll be done. So I'll be back in a moment, show you the finished product. So project finished now. I'll just show you the cobbled road. I don't know what happened in the middle there, but I don't think it really matters. But if you're interested in how I do my cobbled road, then there are other videos available. If you look through my list, I think there's 2 or 3 videos on how I do the cobbled streets. Just a rough area over the pavement. I haven't put separate paving stones, just a rough area in front of the house. In the garden to the side there, I just mixed some garden soil with a lot of PVA glue just to make a mudded area, and a few small trees that I had from my train layout. So they're only small, 00 scale. So we'll call them bushes rather than trees. The street lamp, I have made a video on how to make. So again, if you're interested, please look that up. And then a bit of a broken wall with debris there. So we can either put that on to finish the scene, which I think looks very, well, I think it looks very Dutch, to be honest. I suppose with a stretch you could get that on, but it sort of covers the house a bit too much, maybe a bit too big. But I think that's if you've made one of these, or a small military vehicle like this, then what better way to show it off than this type of diorama. So there we are, another completed one. If you've enjoyed watching this video, then please subscribe to the channel. I'm getting, well, at this moment in time, which is just a fraction over 12 months since I started doing these videos, I'm very fast approaching 2,000 subscribers, but I need 50 more. So whether you like the video or not, please subscribe. Cost you nothing. Click the notification bell and you will be notified when new videos come along. So again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, whatever that will be. I have no idea, but normally a couple of weeks at least. So I'm not going to thank you again. So I'll see you in the next video, and as always, I wish you the very best of happy modelling.